Hi everybody, my name is Fatih Tuluk. I'm gonna teach money, banking, and financial markets in the semester at St. Charles Community College. Well, the first remark is about my name, Fatih, pronounced as Fatih, and this might be a bit confusing for some of you because I'm originally from Turkey. Second, I'm gonna record my lectures by using PowerPoint slides. I will upload these slides with my audio into the YouTube. Then I will share the link by using the announcements in Canvas. If you ask me questions regarding the lectures or anything else, I will follow the same procedure. Okay. Well, let me talk a bit about who I am and let me give a brief introduction on what I do, my background. I studied mathematics at Middle East Technical University in Ankara in Turkey. Then I did my master's in economics at Koç University in Istanbul in Turkey. Then I winded up in St. Louis for a PhD program in economics at Washington University in St. Louis. Well, I successfully defended my dissertation in May 2016, and since then I have my doctoral degree in economics. My advisor is Professor Stephen Williamson. He has been working at the Federal Reserve Bank of St. Louis as the vice president since this summer. Now he's been a professor in economics at Western Ontario University in Canada. My interests lie within macroeconomics, banking and monetary economics. Currently, my research focuses on interbank markets, including federal funds market in the United States, unconventional monetary policies, in the form of negative interest rate policy, shadow banking system, also known as unconventional banking system, and finally, housing collateral. On this course, I'm gonna use Money, Banking, and Financial Markets 5th edition as our textbook. You can have an access to this textbook as an ebook if you register for Connect, which is a requirement for this course. I will talk about how to register for Connect in the forthcoming slides, but before that, let me say this. This course is a bit unorthodox to the extent that it's an online course with no campus meetings. Therefore, I have no office in the campus and there will be no specific office hours. Please send your questions through Canvas or to my email address as you can see on the slide. I encourage you to ask as many questions as possible, as many questions as you want, and I want to make sure that it's my responsibility to answer your questions. I will try to respond to them as soon as possible. Well, this course captures macroeconomics and monetary economics in the context of interest rates, the notion of money, and other financial instruments, financial institutions, and monetary policy. And the official expectation is to develop your abilities to work in the financial or banking sectors, as well as giving you an increased appreciation of how the economy works. Well, maybe the unofficial goal is to increase your level of curiosity on current monetary policy issues or financial issues in the United States or around the globe. I'd like you to have a piece of what's going on in the financial system and how and why the central banks respond to the changes in the financial system. So let me give you a couple examples, couple questions about what I'm talking about. Well, for instance, we experienced the financial crisis in 2008 in the United States. What makes this crisis unique relative to the other financial crises? What is the difference, for instance, between the financial crisis in 2008 and the one in 1929. We know that this crisis was not originated from commercial banking sector, but it's originated from so-called unconventional banking sector or shadow banking sector. So what is a shadow banking sector? What's an unconventional bank? Why do they emerge in the first place? And how does the Federal Reserve respond to this financial crisis? We know that the Fed has adopted some unconventional monetary policies. What are these monetary policies, and why does the Fed have to use these monetary policies? We also know that the financial crisis had an impact in Europe. Well, in the Central Bank of Norway, Central Bank of Sweden, Central Bank of Denmark, and the European Central Bank have adopted negative interest rate policies. In other words, if you were a depositor in Europe, and if you put 100 euros, if you deposit 100 euros in your commercial bank, you will get back 99 euros. How is that possible? Why do you accept to pay a fee to deposit your money in a commercial bank in Europe? Why doesn't the financial system collapse in Europe? How do we explain this puzzle? Or another interesting issue would be cryptocurrency. What is Bitcoin? Is Bitcoin money? Is it payment system? How do we classify it? So all these questions are relevant questions, and my goal is to make sure that you have the right tools to search the answers for these questions or any relevant issue that you come across. As I mentioned earlier, using Connect is required for this course. By using Connect, first, you should be able to have an access to the ebook. Second, you should be able to have an access to the assignments, both homeworks and quizzes. Well, in order for registration, first open your Canvas, then go to the syllabus and course information module. On this module, you will see student registration details, which is a PDF file. Once you open it, you will see a web address for registration. Once you click it, you will get to see a page like the picture on the slide. Then you'll go to Register Now button, which is shown with the letter A illustrated on this picture on this slide. Then you'll enter your email address as illustrated by the letter A. Then you'll click Submit as shown in the picture on this slide. Well, if you already have a registration code that came with the textbook, you can enter the code in capital letters and click Submit, which is on the left hand side of the picture designated by the letter A. If you don't have a registration code, then you can buy Access Online, which is designated by B on the right hand side of the picture. Lastly, I'd like to make an announcement about the due dates. I changed the deadline for each assignment associated with the first chapter from Friday, January 19th to Friday, January 26th at 11:59 p.m. This will give you an extra week. I changed the due dates because the registration seems going slowly. Chapter 1 is an introduction to money and financial system. I will upload my recorded lecture associated with this chapter on Monday. So you will have first recorded lecture, second the slides on module unit 1, and third you can read the ebook or the textbook if you register for Connect. In my recorded lectures, I will summarize the most important material in each chapter, and I will put the questions out there and discuss the answers. Therefore, my hunch is to make sure you do not only understand the material, but also you get good scores in your assignments.